everyone. I'm Denise Garth, Chief Strategy Officer at Majesco, and you're listening to the Future of Insurance Industry Leaders podcast series. Follow along as I interview the best and brightest leaders in the insurance industry and insurtech landscape to bring you the latest in digital transformation, innovation, industry trends, challenges, and opportunities, as well as next-gen technologies. We use our experience to anticipate what's next without losing sight of what's now. Stay tuned to find out your next now. Welcome, everybody, to today's podcast of the Future of Insurance. I am thrilled today to have Sarah Woodrow, who oversees the operational teams for risk management solutions at Aviva, and Andrew Brown, who is the systems leader at Aviva. Welcome, Sarah and Andrew. Thrilled to have you both joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise.
This is a very close industry. Typically, everybody kind of knows everybody, but I find that sometimes they don't. So could you give a little bit of background on yourself, Aviva, and our partnership? Sarah, over to you first.
Thank you so much, Denise. Very warm welcome to you all. My name is Sarah Woodrow. I've worked in the insurance industry for the past 11 years or so, and 9.5 of those years have been within Aviva Risk Management Solutions. As you touched upon earlier, Denise, I oversee our operational teams. There are 3 teams within that world. We've got our systems team, who essentially oversee the day-to-day management of the risk management survey system. So that's Loss Control 360, working with yourselves. We've also got our prevention center team, who essentially manage risk improvements through to completion. So they work very closely with our brokers and clients. And we've also got our prevention solutions team, who develop prevention-led solutions for our commercial customers to help them with managing their risks. And I'll hand over to you, Andrew.
Thank you, Sarah. So I'm Andrew Brown. I was a risk consultant for 25 years. I then moved to become the systems lead in Aviva, and I oversee the management of Loss Control 360 on a day-to-day basis. Aviva themselves, for people that don't know, we're a multinational insurer. We've got over 325 years of history. We're headquartered in the City of London here in the UK. We provide various sort of services and products covering general insurance, wealth and savings, retirement and health. Within Aviva, Sarah and I work for Aviva Risk Management Solutions. So that supports our general insurance commercial lines portfolio. So we've got over 230 risk consultants. They cover the UK. It's a big number, isn't it? And what's good about it, Denise, is it's growing almost year on year.
Oh, I bet.
So, the value of what we do and loss management and the prevention, I think, is well appreciated by the business. Cover UK, Canada, Ireland. They've got our risk consultants, a deep industry experience, and we're able to offer, a wide range of specialist services to support our commercial customers. And what's great about the expertise is we can send a risk consultant to a haulier, a trucking company in your language. They could well have, managed one of these in their former life. So they're able to talk to the client, use the correct terminology and understand the business very closely. We provide detailed on-site surveys. We have drone pilots, so we can conduct surveys from the air. We do person-to-person consultations. We use various sort of innovative digital tools, some of those provided by your good selves. And we just aim to deliver global best practice in loss prevention and management.
Wow, that's pretty extensive. Sarah, our partnership, I know we're part of that ecosystem.
Absolutely. So our partnership, it goes back, I'd say over 10 years.
Yeah.
We've worked extremely closely to, I suppose, support the evolution of our risk management proposition. So as Andrew talks about the growing dedicated risk consultants on our end, the proposition has grown with that. So it's been really integral, working with yourselves, evolving the proposition within the Loss Control 360 Division 2 to be able to support, all of our class lines across the Aviva Risk Management. There is a whole range of areas there, from property through to casualty through to specialty lines, and that will go into areas such as like financial lines, cyber, renewable energy, construction, marine, business continuity. There's all sorts of landscapes. So the survey system is really integral to supporting all of those sort of class lines and being able to service our commercial customers.
Well, I know, my years of spending a lot of time in London when I was with Accord, I know that, in my opinion, it always seemed like the market over there was so much at the forefront, really understanding risk, particularly around property risk, because you've got some unique properties, that you've got to take care of over there. So, with that in perspective, risk has really continued to really change and grow. The focus for loss control as a result, I see it really rising to the top of mind of a lot of insurers. But it's moving from that boots on the ground, that's where we've always been traditionally, to video and self surveys to reach more clients and properties. Talk about this shift and why it's both operationally and strategically important for Aviva.
Absolutely. So, I mean, as you've touched upon, I mean, client engagements are very much at the heart of what we do in our risk management team here day to day. We work very closely with our commercial customers to really understand their risks and then be able to implement risk recommendations and solutions to help them to manage their risks and hopefully prevent any losses from happening in the first place. And alongside our physical site surveys, we've really focused on evolving our digital risk management proposition, and that's to essentially enable greater commercial reach and also be able to provide risk management support to our wider customer base. So it's been great to be able to utilize a number of the modules within Loss Control 360 to help to enhance that digital risk management proposition. So Andrew, I'm just going to let him introduce a couple of those sort of core digital offerings that we sort of started out with that we utilized from the LC360 arena.
Great. Andrew?
Yes, so originally we took the self-survey module in 2020. We branded this in-house and we called it Aviva Self-Assess. I suppose it allowed us to reach additional customers, but it also allowed us to engage with existing customers, in an entirely different way, but still allowing us to achieve, the same outcome, protecting and preventing losses, individual risks. We also we built self-surveys to support portfolios of business, so clients with multiple locations doing similar things. That was really good, and obviously to be very time efficient for our customers to to engage with us in this way. So following that, we introduced the guide stream module in 2022, and obviously that's enabled us to remotely connect into our clients' premises, using the video technology. Again, it's enabled us to give, focused risk management advice to support the client. Example of that would be, say, escape of water incidents. We're able to use the video technology, have the client show us, exactly where the issue is, where the damage is, take photos of the damage, and it's just been fabulous from that point of view, and also very effective. We're not having to send, a risk consultant on the road, spending many hours, driving, and it's obviously good for sustainability.
Very much so. So for everybody who didn't catch this, they launched the self-survey during COVID 2020. I know you guys are looking to expand into other types of properties as well, but talk about that launch during COVID. How important was that, and how have your customers reacted to both the self-survey and the video, and how has it helped your business in that relationship with the customer?
It was a shock, wasn't it, COVID? It literally was a stay at home, do not go out type situation, unprecedented.
Yeah, risk doesn't stop, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Certainly not.
Yeah, I mean, lots of businesses literally just overnight just shut down. They shuttered, so it led to temporary closing of buildings. So, well, an opportunity to build a self-survey. So we did. We built an occupied premises self-assess. So that obviously supported our clients, with unoccupied premises. enabled us to give them risk improvements, to give them guidance, really just to engage with them in our normal way, to give them loss prevention standards of information, just to help them manage risk, but to do it remotely without having to visit them. So absolutely ideal from that point of view. But also, when the risk consultant was then reviewing the self-assessments, we had great confidence with that, because obviously, the self-survey module allows documentation to be added, allows photos to be added. So they could visualize property, they could read fire risk assessments, look at the client's electrical installation documents, because there was that ability to, obviously attach those documents to the self-assessment. We obviously, we didn't know, how the client would, sort of react to this. So we built an ease of use rating.
Oh, awesome.
In the client form, we asked them to rate us on a scale of 1 to 5 and to give feedback. And that's been really useful, because obviously we've been able to use the flexibility of building forms in loss control to react quickly to any sort of feedback that we've received. So I suppose the product has continually evolved from that point of view. Moving forwards, having sort of started with an occupied property, looking more niche areas property, we've also adapted and built a further self-assessment, so we can conduct resurveys, so we can follow up on physical site. Just a great way of engaging with our clients and keeping up to date 2-3 years after maybe visiting them face to face, and that's been well received. And at the moment, we've built about 20 self-assessments across a range of disciplines, and we've got a list, and it's getting longer.
It continue to evolve, isn't it?
And we're continuing to add
popular,
to them.
Right?
It is. I'd love to share the list, but I couldn't. But there are some niche
it's your
ones
competitive
there.
advantage.
There are some niche ones, and they're good.
Leveraging that expansive automation of loss control, including both a video and self-survey, and you guys have really, I hear you describe it, you have really expanded the use of self-survey beyond just the initial risk to doing follow-ups and all the things that you talked about, Andrew. But it's created some real business value, Sarah, in terms of time savings and cost savings and supporting your sustainability efforts and making sure you've got your risk control experts on site at the right properties and not the ones that they don't need to be. So talk about that and how it's changed the view of loss control internally to Aviva and with customers from an experience perspective.
I mean, I'll also pull out GuideStream here, because I know obviously Andrew's talked and touched upon self-assess, but I suppose, GuideStream is the other big sort of value add tool in that space. So we took the GuideStream module and essentially we've rebranded that to virtual risk management here in Aviva. And it essentially enables us to provide that focused risk management advice and support both remotely and efficiently to our commercial customers. So examples here where we utilize the sort of GuideStream, the virtual risk management technology, that could be inspecting a business that's undergoing a new project, or it could be, just really specific risk management queries that our clients have got for us. So rather than jumping in the car, we can remotely essentially dial into our customers' premises. We can then get them to guide us around their premises. We can ask them to stop and take photos, and those photos will then automatically drop into the survey system. And essentially at that point, our risk consultants can then write up their client engagement after the call and put forward any applicable risk improvements at that point in time. So it's another great tool that we could utilize remotely and also be able to provide our customers with timely support.
Understand risks better through that process.
Well, I think the great thing is the instant reactivity in this space. So I think particularly they can come into us and they've got a quick query, but actually it can help us to verify by physically seeing the site rather than just having that phone call. So in certain instances, that's where the video technology really comes alive. So yes, certainly in that respect, it's a great added value tool for us. And I mean, other benefits we touched upon, things like being able to react more quickly in the moment to our customers, but the technology also creates cost efficiencies, and it does reduce the need to be able to physically always be out on site. Sometimes there are, ways in which we can use that video technology to get out more quickly. So yes, it's definitely brought us a lot of different benefits, not just for us in Aviva, but for our commercial customers too.
That's great. Once again, what you guys are doing is just really expansive and really, I think, should be inspiring to other companies. So, Andrew, back to you. I hear that next year you're going to be looking to bring the impairment module from loss control using that. What will that add for what you guys are doing risk management perspective?
Okay, so at the moment, our customers notify us, of impairments. So these could be planned, to carry out, say, routine maintenance or modifications, or they could be in an emergency. So it could be there's accidental damage. So, and we have an existing procedure to support this. But taking the impairments module, it's obviously going to enable us to build this into loss control. We expect it to give us great efficiencies. Obviously, we can send out smart forms to our customers. We can tie it into the type of impairment. We can tie it into our guidance document, our loss prevention standards. So we can give, great advice to assist with managing impairments. We'll also have the benefit of the fact that it will be a client already in loss control. So we'll have the benefit of the client location manager and location information that's already held in loss control. So this should all help to drive great efficiencies in the impairment process. We envisage as well that we'll be able to have the benefit of common loss control features. So we'll be able to, use dashboards, build widgets, really informative widgets for ourselves and for our clients. And that will be great to help them visualize, the management of impairments. I think really it's just going to enhance the whole customer proposition. It's going to be a smart digital solution, going to give great added value to them, and it's going to be part of the digital toolkit. It's going to join the existing great list that we have. It's going to be great, like self-survey, like guide stream, another great feature, for our clients who they do expect us sort of year on year to provide more to help them manage risks. So I think it'll be a great addition to the family.
It's really pushing the predict and prevent forward concept, around risk. Sarah, obviously, with all the loss control surveys, you guys have lots of data now about your properties that you're insuring with your customers. How are you looking to leverage this to gain more insights, and how will it add value operationally and also for your customers?
Yes, so I mean, we definitely don't stand still. We've
That's obvious, Sarah.
We've been busy launching a couple more digital tools this year. So it's all about, as we talked about, I suppose the common theme here is about enhancing that digital toolkit even further. So the latest two we've looked at is we've taken Majesco's client portal, and we call that here the Aviva Risk Insight portal, and we've also launched a risk improvement tracker as well in the summer this year. And both of these are designed to sort of streamline and enhance the way our customers and brokers can manage their risk management programs. So that the Risk Insight portal itself, that's aimed at customers who require greater oversight of their risk management programs. So that really offers them a simple way, I suppose, to manage their risk management data online. So what they can do is they can track and update their risk improvements. They can also securely view any previous risk surveys, and they can also view risk management resources. So Andrew touched upon earlier our technical loss prevention standards, but also wider risk management resource and material from our risk management website too. And then we've also got the risk improvement tracker, which is the latest feature that we've launched, as I said earlier this year. And that enables real-time updates to risk improvements via a secure link. So essentially that is provided, that secure link, after a specific survey or an engagement. And this enables our customers, it gives them capability and is ideal for like smaller survey programs or individual engagements. So yeah, there's certainly, so far the feedback's been really positive, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where they evolve to. But it doesn't stop there, because we've also been busy with Tableau as well. So I think, Andrew, you're going to just touch upon what's been going on in that space too.
Yeah, Tableau has been great to provide greater risk insight. So we've created, Tableau reports and user dashboards focused at the data we use in-house, but also client data as well. Wow, it's allowed us to sort of, cut and slice our data sort of, several different ways in ways we couldn't even imagine. And obviously Tableau can be extremely visual. That's a great, feature when we're trying to show clients data. It's able to break very complex data sets down, make it very visually attractive. We're excited in the future. We know Intelligent Core is obviously a product is coming, and that should bring many benefits, and also just the whole area of of AI and automation. We hope some of the routine tasks that we do within loss control AI will help us to do those, probably take us into areas that we cannot even imagine at the moment. But it's I think it's going to be very exciting, and we really look forward to, I suppose, joining Majesco on this journey and understanding the roadmap for the future. Both are parts in this, because it is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, I just published a few weeks ago my trends report for the next year. I do this every December. Of the 8 trends, one of the trends is predict and prevent creates real customer value. And I think what you guys have done is highly demonstrative of creating real value, both in terms of helping customers understand risk, giving them that information that they can actually reduce their risk, engaging them in the process, that it's a different level of customer engagement. And I got to tell you, as I talk to different insurers, you guys are really at the top of the game, what you guys are doing, and hats off to you guys. I mean, and expanding into the digital aspect of it during COVID on top of it. So I think great things are ahead for you guys. Kudos for you guys. So I always like to end the session, talk about the future of insurance. If you could pick one word or phrase to describe the future of insurance, what would it be and why, Sarah?
That is very tricky, Denise. One word. I think there are so many different words I could potentially put forwards. But if I can only choose one word, it would probably be evolving. And the reason I'd say evolving is because, as you've heard through the podcast today, innovation is very much at the forefront of our approach here at Aviva Risk Management. And we do work very closely with our customers and our brokers and our internal stakeholders to take on board their feedback, to continually evolve our proposition and solution. And certainly looking at the current environment, our emerging risks are continuing to evolve. So we've got to make sure that we're keeping pace and investing in the right areas too. So yes, I think evolving is the word. Definitely we're working hard to continue to invest. And we talked about some of the future deploys coming next year to support our commercial customers. And it's just making sure that we're supporting them in, that ever-evolving landscape we live in today.
That's really great. And Andrew, your perspective?
I think unexpected. So I've been...
that's an interesting word.
Yeah, like I said, I was a risk consultant for 25 years, and just when I thought I understood the market, it would sort of pivot and do something unusual. Very much against the trend. So, generally in the UK, over many years, we've had the death rate for employees, has sort of fallen year on year, and that's fabulous to see. It doesn't mean, but sometimes, the number of claims that we get for employees is sort of done the opposite. So in my mind, we seem to be getting safer as a country, but we sometimes seem to be getting more claims. So, like I say, unexpected.
Well, once again, thank you, Sarah and Andrew, what you guys have done over the last 10 years and really evolved it, Sarah, with the unexpected like COVID, Andrew. You guys have really, I think it demonstrates the power and the potential of risk management, and the power and potential that data and analytics and technology can really bring to bear to really help really measure and understand risk and really engage our customers beyond what we've ever done before. So kudos off to both of you and to the Aviva organization. You guys have really, you're leading the way, quite frankly. It's exciting to see, and we're thrilled to be able to be partners with you guys on that journey. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much for hosting and having us today, Denise.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise. look forward to many sort of years with Majesco in the coming years. We look forward to the new products and to sort of just building the relationship and just building it, especially our digital capability, just building it further.
That's absolutely awesome, Andrew. Well, thank you both. Look forward to the next conversation we have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for this week's episode of Future of Insurance Industry Leaders podcast. Subscribe to our market-leading podcast series available wherever you get your podcast from. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in the next time.